Hey, what is up everyone? It's Rich. Alright, welcome to this afternoon's video. Today we're going to look at Rob Liefeld, Captain America, with writing by Jeff Loeb. It's going to be out of order. We're really just going to focus on the art and the penciling. Surprisingly enough, I did one video of this stuff a few months ago for Patreon, and everyone really liked it. And not only did they like it, but they felt like they learned a lot from it. So I thought it would be fun to revisit the work, and we're going to do it here. But again, they're going to be out of order. It doesn't really matter. Boring pages, I'm honestly just going to skip. But anything worth looking at, we'll definitely check out. So this is the last page of the series. This is nice. This Iron Man is actually very, very cool. I think this is Wils's design. You know, everything looks dynamic. They're pretty nice hands. This is all cool. Very, very chunky shapes. Man, he really beefs it up. This is cool. The inking is great on this. I'd only be guessing. I think it's Jonathan Sabal, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see as we move along, but I could be wrong on that. So, all right, let's do it. So this is the first issue cover. You know what? Maybe we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. So this is the first cover. This isn't bad. I had said when I had originally done the original video, I think it's just his head with his shoulders feels a tiny bit off, but everything else is drawn pretty cool. It's like pretty dynamic and fun looking stuff, and that's what you want. You want the fun. Oh no, not these. No. I joked about them in one of the other videos we did recently. It's like the worst. Was that Mark Texeria had him on a Wolverine or Sabretooth's arms, I think. But yeah, these were just corny detainee piece of technology. This is cool though. I never followed Rob's stuff back in the day. I bought a few comics of his, but like X-Force and Cable or whatever, like all that stuff, I didn't really. I picked up a collection that had some of that stuff in it, and then the Extreme stuff, I bought a few of the comics, but not many. There was so much stuff coming out at that point, it was very, very difficult to keep up with it all, and I already had my favorites, so his stuff was always fun, you know. I never disliked it, but, you know, obviously he keeps it entertaining for a multitude of reasons. MODOK. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's nice. Great inks, man. That whoever inked this did a really, really great job. It's very, very slick and tight, and it was interesting to see people influenced by Rob and Jim and Silvestri and where they went with it. Like the next gen artists was pretty cool, because you had, you know, Stephen Platt or Finch or J. Scott Campbell or Travis and all these people that sort of evolved out of this stuff, and some really, really great work came from this. But yeah, it was people love to dissect Liefeld stuff. It's a comic book pastime. This is cool. These panel borders. I don't really know who originally came up with this sort of the side of the brush panel borders. Maybe it was just an evolution from like the old Marvel stuff. I always think of him as like a Wills Portacio thing, like Wilson Scott really got him down, but I'm sure that they probably got it from somewhere else. That's nice. That's really good. This is great. The upper body is in a really cool position. This is nice. It's a good figure. Good twist on it. That's pretty well foreshortening. Works. It works for me. This is cool. This is cool. The fist flying across the thing. Alright, what do we got here? You know what? I have to say, these are a kind of cool designs for bad guys. It's like very simple, but it's different and I don't know, kind of interesting. They look like they're like in hazmat suits or something, which is very apropos for these days. That's cool. The figure is solid. It's actually well done. And the torque on the hips to the chest is really cool. See? I'm telling you, I can point out good shit that Rob does. There's plenty of it. This gets a little weird right here, but this is actually a very dynamic hand. But yeah, he starts to lose the palm a little bit right there. This is more like a Patreon video. I really dissect this stuff for Patreon. I'll a lot of times do drawovers and stuff if I dissect stuff. This is nice. Because we've been working on all this stuff. It's funny because this almost feels like he's leaning forward and he's actually been being bent back. But yeah, it's funny. This almost looks like that would be his back. This guy's getting trashed. You can thank Carlos for me doing the full screen mode as opposed to just looking at Photoshop. I have a huge monitor, so it's like I don't really notice. It all looks big to me when I watch it, but if you're watching it back on something small, it could be a little cramped. So, you know. At some point, I will kind of be phasing all this stuff out, to be honest. I won't be doing book reviews and all this forever, but it's a good time to do it now just because people want sort of light entertainment. But yeah, I mean, once I start moving on my own stuff, this stuff will all kind of sort of dissolve. I'll probably do like maybe one a week, but it's not going to be the main content of the channel. This is cool. These legs are nice. Pretty good knees. Like cartoony knees. This is cool. He's a little flat. Like it's a little flat right there. This is nice. That's really good. I threw this in. This was actually in the 7th issue. And this is Travis, Captain America pinup. It looked like there might have been a pinup in every issue, but yeah, in issue 7, Travis did this piece. It's nice. The legs get a little long, but I mean, I wouldn't really complain about it because it's actually such a cool looking piece. But yeah, there's just a little something kind of weird going on here, but it's fine. This is so fucking cool. He's done he's done more now because he's done covers, but there was 2 pieces he did around this time of Captain America. One's him kind of walking forward with like planes in the background. But yeah, this is very, very nice. Oh, this is cool. It's a nice pose. Really nice pose. She's really leaning over. This is all crunched and it's got a believable amount of space on it. The legs look nice. This is good. Fist is pretty good. This is really, really cool dynamic thing. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good stuff that Rob does. Just when he drifts and does something funny, sometimes it can be really funny. Really, really funny. Hopefully there's some in here. I can't remember what some of his craziest sort of wild styles are. That's nice. Rob has a lot of energy. If you've ever met him, I don't know him real well, but I've talked to him and met him a few times. But he's always fun to talk to, and he's super, super enthusiastic. He's able to laugh at himself and stuff like that. So he seems like a pretty good dude. I've never worked with him or for him though, so this looks like it might have been a spread, but I can't go back at this point. Maybe not, because this looks, well, it's hard to say. We'll see. If it was a spread, I think it would have been connected. This is really cool. His guns are pretty funny, though, sometimes. This is nice. Oh, man. Always love double-page spreads. The gun, it's just got, like, a big, like, bathroom. Like, you can hang a towel on it, just in case. If the battle's super intense, you can grab a washcloth and kind of, like, spruce yourself up. So this is, yeah, John Sabal and Larry Stucker. Yeah, Sabal's real good. These originals, you know, speaking of original art, this stuff would be worth a lot of money. I think these pages would go for a decent amount. Not crazy money. Who knows, though? I don't really know Rob's market, to be honest, but it's nice. Yeah, he's got this like comic book knee, rocking pretty good. It's nice. He's actually really good. This isn't the greatest example. It's not that it's a bad example, but he's pretty good at actually putting gear on people and keeping it in perspective, if I remember correctly. There was something that he did, I don't know if it was recently or if it might be in the first issue of this book, but I pointed it out, I believe in a video one time, that you could tell that he really could feel the form and perspective and how things were wrapping and draping around. This gets pretty weird right here, but yeah, you could tell there were subtle things going on. Oh, you know what it was? It was this dude was like leaning over and he had stuff like around his midsection and he was showing the top planes and stuff. It was really nice. This is almost like that one piece that got super weird, but he was definitely influenced by Travis during this period. He was really into Travis's stuff, and I know that he bought some pieces around this time, if not a little after. But he was kind of trying to do Travis here and there, I think, a little bit, and that can go horribly wrong for people. It can look stiff or sort of a little static. Travis had a real knack for setting up figures and keeping them looking sort of fluid, even though the poses were pretty like not doing much. But yeah, that looks like he's kind of trying to give it a little bit of a Travis thing. This is a great arm though. Man, it's nice. This is all cool. Oh man. It's pretty cool though. Like his upper body, actually, like this is all pretty nice. It just gets really huge here. It looks like she's gonna hand you pizza, but then it's like a remote control. He's like, hey, pizza control. Oh, that rendering. Luckily I never ever got into this. It worked, I think, for that time period, but it was like when people got into this, I think it was very difficult for them to get out of it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It just was like, it was very like everyone was doing it. So, and I'm talking about the way that things are lit. It's like this, the circles and all this. Like, I don't even know if it's like triple lighting. Oh man. It's a nice down shot. It's a solid figure too. He looks well placed on the ground. There was when the files were opening, there was a shot, kind of similar pose, and the guy looked like he was floating a little bit, like his legs weren't firmly planted on the ground. These are always fun. I like long panels too when they do the sort of thin, narrow, like establishing shot panel. This is cool. Nice hands. He's got this down. He uses that quite a bit. It's pretty nice, the like layout. It's got this nice circular motion, sort of moves you through here and kind of starts to send you back around. Okay. Mein Gott. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. That's, yeah, really cool foreshortening. Very dynamic pose. Oh man. That's like so close to being super badass. It gets a little... I don't even know. It's like... I think his eyes are just a little too far apart. Like, this is good. This one's kind of drifting off of his face, and then his head is very round. Something up here is like kind of... Yeah, it's not bad though. It's not bad. This is cool. That hand again. Oh, there's a really, really nice like splash page with Red Skull. Those are cool. It's like, man, he had that face down. Look at it. I mean, it's almost identical. It looks like a little mini-me of him, but that's nice. That wasn't even the one I was talking about. His Red Skull is really, really cool. Especially these big shots of it. For a second, I thought he punched his eye out. I was like, what is going on? Look at that. That thing is really lit. And this is what I was talking about. This was the stuff that I was kind of glad I avoided. But, you know, you could move through lighting things very, very fast using that technique because there's not a lot of thought to it. It's like top plane. We'll light it from every angle. This too. I don't even know what this is. It looks like, is it an arm? Is it his head? What is that? A robot? This is cool. I'm smiling. I like that he'll do things like this with the feet. I've seen a lot of shots where he'll put the feet at interesting angles and not chicken out, which is very, very cool. Like he'll show the bottom of the foot or the foot at like an interesting angle. I'll point it out as we see more. Like I said, I'm not going to waste time on some of these pages. This stuff is all okay. It's, you know. There we go. Let's look at this. Yeah, this Red Skull face when he does this is very, very cool. Again, nice fist. This is good. Really, really good. It's a cool angle. Very, very cool shot. This is all nice. That's cool. And this looks cool. Like I don't mind when stuff like this is rendered that way as much. He's got a little bit of that stuff kind of going on here, but it's fine. And again, he's got a nice torque on the body. Turns it. This is a real solid torso. It's got some very, very, I like how tight his uniform is right here, and it feels like a different material than this. And you can really see that this is like cloth, and then this is whatever, spandex or some sort of scale mail-y thing. But it's a nice to have these like pleats. This is all cool. And again, real nice inking. Okay. Andy Troy colors. Jeff Loeb. So, man, Larry Stucker inked a lot of it with Sabal. It's interesting. Oh, man. It's kind of cool. I like this. This is really, really cool. Pretty cool cover. Pardon me. It's like, I'm sexy. I'm gonna stand here and let you know I'm sexy. I like this big guy. Man, that's awesome. This guy's cool. Alright. No! His Red Skull is great. That's awesome. These little guys are cool. That's nice. Oh. The comment section should be pretty interesting on this video. It'll definitely get thumbs down too. Most of those people are probably already billed out. They'll be like, how dare you? It's like, look, he's worth checking out. Why not? Sometimes you want to watch Apocalypse Now. Sometimes you want to watch Sharknado, right? Bam. And to be clear, I'm not saying that Rob is Sharknado. Man, that's really, really cool. That's great. The inks are cool, too. It's really liney. But, oh man, that's nice, too. Would have been really interesting to see Stephen Platt in his prime, when he was really inking in that crazy style, to ink Liefeld on a book like this. Oh my god. It probably would have looked so rad. Like Stephen Platt finishes over like this spread. Woo. Shit would be fire. It's cool. Man, his head is big. He's ready to eat him. Again, nice fist. He's got a few very tricky fist positions that he can actually do quite well. That's actually really nice too. It looks a little weirder from this angle. It's lit, kind of cool. Oh, I went out of the full screen mode. Sorry, Carlos. It's funny, I never even noticed this on his forehead through the whole book. Is it like a Heroes Reborn thing? I don't know why I never even... It's like, I didn't even notice it. I probably, like, watching it back, I might. Like I said, when I'm narrating the videos, I'm, like, focused on other stuff. There's a multitude of things that I'm looking at. That's a pretty cool pose. He's got those, like... I like, again, like, how he, like, lit around the knee. And this is all... nice chunky things. That's cool. And thank God he didn't put those stupid gloves on him. Aye. That's cool. It should be his signature. You should just draw that. Liefeld. This is cool. I like how he's indicating the knee with just those little bit of lines. Nice. Very nice. His stuff, you know, the one thing that I do remember pointing out with the other video was that even though, again, he can sometimes go astray, his stuff is pretty consistent. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely got some key things that he does down. So when you are looking at the work, overall, it does feel consistent in his world. That is it's an important thing with a storyteller. This looks like a different inker. This is probably this is not Sabal. This is definitely Stucker or Sabal rushed or something. It doesn't look like the same inks to me. These are totally different techniques. But yeah, you know, I mean, and that's the thing, is Sabal and Liefeld together had created a very distinct language. And just seeing this right here, I mean, I can clearly tell that it's not Sabal. So, who knows? It could have even been a third inker that maybe just didn't get credited. That's possible. This is Sabal again. I can tell you, this is just very lining. It's a nice, solid figure. Big feet. It's pretty cool. Good for Rob having his inker ink the covers. Well, it just looks way better. Those are great inks. Man, he's kicking ass. This is fun. It's great reproduction of this piece too, man. Colors are cool too. I like this warm light coming from below, lighting them. The heat. The heat is on. Look at this dude. I'm going to call him Mr. X. He puts the X in X. He's like, I'm going to step on you until you scream Soundgarden. Say it. Say it louder than love. He didn't put a lot of love into the tombstones. It could be a military graveyard, cemetery. We'll see. Yeah, I bet it is. This isn't one of his better like fight scenes. He can do way better than that. Although it's just one punch, but this is a nice panel though. I like that. I like the shot that he chose. kind of like sort of like laying on this hill, sort of looking into the thing. It's very, very cool. Do 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 do. That's cool. I maybe would have wanted a little more of an expression on his face. I'm pretending like I'm his editor. His mouth looks like it's stitched shut, though. He might not be able to do an expression. Oh, yeah. This was sort of the cusp where it kind of, like, you had to be a little more careful of what you were putting in the books. There's Nazi, like, swastikas in the first issue, but I don't know. I remember there was some people were not crazy about, like, Travis having him in X-Men Wildcats with the Nazis. It's really good, Red Skull. This is nice, man. That's really cool. That's, like, pretty solid right here. Time, how precious it is. He should talk like Skeletor. Yeah. Cool lighting on this. Man, this dude really makes it look sharp. Could be like Silvestri up here, you know, like a Bat or Joe Weems kind of vibe. Yeah, this was the pose where it's like he doesn't look super grounded. It's like this one leg is very, very long compared to the other one. I get he's kind of at an angle, but yeah, this one went a little off. Yeah, he's pretty good with this, like the thighs and going up in here. This is all like he's got the big shapes of the torso for sure down, and then this all too is pretty good. Do 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 do. Gearing up. These are nice panels. These three in particular I like. You can see again how he has the material versus the other. It's cool. This needs to be fixed. It's a little weird. This is such weird lighting. It's like, huh? What? Someone's standing behind him right down here with a little flashlight. Lighting him. Oh, there's that funny spaceship again. But it's drawn well. It looks proportionately sound. I like this. This is okay. This gesture is a little... I don't know. I don't picture Nick Fury sort of holding his hand like that, but that's just me. Yeah, that's like... He doesn't look super planted there. Oh, that's crazy. What is going on? He's been living a lie. It was a robot wife. He knew when he grabbed her arm, it felt weird. He's like I told you before, you didn't give me, or the blasted president of the United States, any kind of choice in the matter. I don't remember being given a choice. That's Travis. Or Jim Lee. It looks like Travis to me. Told you so. This almost doesn't feel like Liefeld. Maybe he lightboxed that. This is better. I like this pose better. He's standing much more soundly. This is it's lifting a little bit here, but this is actually just looks way, way better to me. He's doing the hand. He's gonna put a magic spell on us apparently. Yeah, this is cool. And you know, even the legs are very, very long, but it works for me. It fits in his world, I think. That almost feels like they missed the black there, but I think it's supposed to be like that. Face is a little weird. Is this the president? It's the president. Richard Starkings agreed to make a custom font for me for Blaster Kid, like with my own handwriting. So that's pretty exciting. I spoke to him about that, and I think he's going to sell it on his site. Was the deal something like that? But I'm actually pretty stoked on that. I'm definitely going to take him up on it. We talked a while back about that. Seeing his name on the credits made me think of it. But yeah, so that was really, really cool. Because I remember when he did one for J. Scott Campbell. What Jeff did is he wrote, or Scott, I think a lot of people call him, but Jeff like wrote the alphabet a bunch of different times for him. And I think did capital and lowercase letters, and maybe like there's sort of a bunch of stuff that you write for him, and then he sort of creates the font based on that. Seems pretty cool. Well, I mean, I would pay him to do it, honestly, but yeah, that'll be very, very cool. This is a great cover, man. That's so cool. Colors look great. The inks are killer. It's a nice drawing. This guy is very, very stoic, man. He doesn't mess around. He just sort of stands there, and you'd like freak out. That's how he kills you. This was the Red Skull that I was talking about. Man, that is so good. Man, that is so kick-ass. Great inks. That is so cool. What's funny is the very, very first piece that I ever saw that Jonathan Sabal inked was Chap Yap. It was a pinup that he had done, I think of Supreme, like in front of a moon. And I'd never seen a moon inked with like more detail. I was like, who is this inker? It was before I broke in. And I was just blown away by the level of detail that he put on this moon. I love like dossier sheets and books, like the Punisher Armory issues that they used to do, where it would be like, sorry, there's like a plane or a helicopter flying over. It's the National Guard coming in to like lock us all up. But yeah, those are really, really fun, where it would go through all like Punisher's weapons and all that stuff. I just thought that was really cool. I love the Punisher. When I first started collecting, the comic book store that I went to, they had like a $1 box or a quarter box or something, like sort of cheap comics, like on the floor in one part of the store. And there was a huge run of just like forgotten Punisher issues. Punisher, War Journal. Man, I bought them all. I bought every single one that was in there, and those were so fun to read. What I loved about them too is usually they were 1 to 3 issue story arcs. So you could always hop in, which was nice if you're buying like a big random run of them. You know, if you buy like 60 singles, that generally speaking, you can hop in at any point. And then also, if the art team changes, it was just like each story could be a little different. It didn't have to be as consistent. This is nice. Nice little drawing right here. This looks cool. Sorry, I have to make it go bigger. Yeah, it's kind of cool. This looks good. Jacket's nice. It's like stylized how he draws, but I think this works. That's funny. I've never seen this issue. I have a trade of this somewhere, I'm sure. I definitely have, I think, the first 2 issues in comic book form. It's a nice page. Oh, the robot mom's face. They keep taking off the face. It's like, look at it. It's just a face on a robot. For a split second, I thought they were at a laundromat, and I thought this was the the viewing thing for the washer. Oh, it's pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna rotate. Wait. What is going on? Could not give me a request because it only opens. What? Alright. Did we crash? What's going on? Alright, let me just try to shut this one. Alright, let's go back in the full. Oh, these must be a different format file or something. I don't know. That's weird. That's actually a pretty cool drawing. I was going to rotate that last one. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, these files must be different. Maybe they're saved different. Something that's weird. Was he gonna put the cigarette out on the kid? He's like, I'm gonna burn you, you little punk. He's like, she's gonna burn me. Oh, the kid must be a robot too. It's all a lie. Robot wife, robot kid. I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe they already revealed the kid was a robot. I didn't even notice. It's a pretty cool figure. It's like, he's got the chunky anatomy. Gets a little stretch there, but he's handsome. Rob has a tendency to make all the hair flare out. Like, it goes like every direction. I sometimes wish it would like not poof out like always. But it's his thing. This is nice. That's a really cool panel. It's funny, it looks like my neighbor's backyard. If you go this way, he's got a garage full of all of his toys and like beer fridges. And a pool, if you keep going. There you go. That's pretty cool. Running, I'm running for you. I think this is the issue that I went through for Patreon. We'll see if it's the same page as I'll remember. Yeah, this is it. This guy's hysterical. I don't know who this dude is, but he must talk with a funny accent. There's no way that he doesn't. Hello, top of the morning to you, miss. Look at that. Yeah. He has a middle tooth. That's actually pretty funny. It's like, he's like, I'm going to give him all the same tooth and a middle tooth. It's almost got like a little bit of like a Frank Miller or a like John Romita Jr., Al Williamson, like Daredevil vibe or something to me. He kind of like, the shoe is like turned into just a thing. See, this doesn't look like Sabal's inks. You see this? Yeah, I'm gonna go on record to say that I doubt that this is Sabal. This looks more like Sabal. Let's see how his hair is going out all directions though. It gets bigger, it goes out this way, it goes out this way. That's kind of cool. It's actually, that's nice. It's like, the foot gets a little weird, but that's pretty cool. This guy's getting jacked. Jackety jacked. Alright, what do we got? Solid arm, man. That's not bad. This is cool. Cool pose. Man, that is really, really cool, actually. That's great. That's solid, man. Yep. I'm telling you, dude. This guy can draw. Sometimes he's not as focused as others or something. This is cool. Gets a lower legs feel a little off. Like there's not enough room for the torso. And again, the hair, it's just going everywhere. Push that down. Kind of like that. This is cool. This guy's getting trashed. Oh yeah, I remember this double page spread. Yeah, this doesn't look like Sabal's inks to me either. The spacing on these is much bigger, and Sabal would handle that differently. I don't know. Some of this is more akin to his work, but... Captain America. He's being lit, like, everywhere. That's crazy. You know, as many lens flares as there are, I don't know. it doesn't really bug me. I think the lighting on him looks more crazy, but this is just looks like magical. His shield must be made of something very slick, glossy. They're coming to get me. Oh, I remember this. I always like these kind of shots, like with the mech sort of military guys, like you're sort of like behind them looking in. This was really funny. This guy shrunk. I remember I did, well, I'm in Photoshop. It feels like I'm not. But I remember with the other video on this guy is just crazily small compared to Captain America. Because although he's shorter than him in the other shots, it's not this extreme, but this is pretty funny, like little drawing thing. So now I'm wondering, where did that crazy Captain America chest piece come from? The one that has been shared a million times, because it's definitely not in this issue as far as I remember. And I was kind of wonder where it went. We're gonna go into the Nazi hideout soon. Yeah, this is wrapping up. We're almost done. There's just a few more pages. This is a long first issue though, and we're going through it backwards, so stairs. Oh wait, this is not issue 1. I don't think. Alexander the Great. Yeah, see, like there was a point where I think that this started to get eliminated from the comic stuff, but this was sort of the cusp of it. This was still Image when this was originally done. This was like 96 and 97, but by around 2000, I think, at least for Wildstorm, I'm not sure that we could put that in books. Image did what they pleased. Yeah. The other, it was funny, the other version I had of this actually had better reproductions of this issue. I thought this was kind of a, it was like, this was fairly cool, this was kind of cool, and then this was turned too much. He put it too much of an angle. If he would have actually just rotated it just a little bit more to the left, here I can show you what I mean, so you guys get a little of what I do on Patreon. Oh wait, it needed to be more at about like this angle, and then cropped the same way. But it's just, if you when you see, like, because this is like very straight up and down, and this is a down shot, and then this moves this way a little bit more. But watch when you see the original, it's turned a lot. Like it feels like he's about ready to fall out of the chair. To me, not a huge deal, but anyway. Oh yeah, I remember this scene. This next page with her, was it this one? There was one that was pretty nice. This is funny too. Look how huge this guy's arm is compared to his friend. I mean, I know he's supposed to be a really big guy, but this guy is like crazy big. I think it was this page. It's pretty nice. That panel is cool. Oh yeah. It's like, fear me. His knee is very, very pointy. It almost would have looked cool to just have the back of this guy's head black and put a little black on his shoulders. I don't know if it necessarily needed these like 2 other light sources. The Dreamer drifts. Cafeteria. It's funny because the chain link or whatever it is here, it's like it feels like it's invading his leg. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have much black spot on the page. I was gonna say you could almost have silhouetted that, but he could have just left the rendering out and had just the black. like these shapes and not have that hatch going down. It's kind of unnecessary. This was weird. I couldn't figure out what was going on because it looks like he's putting on his jacket, but his jacket's already on. But I'm not sure what happened that he got into this pose, except he's doing some sort of dance. We're getting there. We're almost at the end of this. You've been Captain American, Heroes Reborn-icized. Haberlin Colors, Jonathan Sabal, inker, Starkings, Comicraft, Dave Lampahir. So yeah, there you go. We got to look at some Liefeld today. It's solid, man. That's actually pretty cool. The middle panel like this. I think that looks real good. This is nice too. Very simple tank. And this is kind of odd. Oh, that's it. Alright. There you go. We got to look at some Liefeld. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And I will talk to you later.